Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Juliette, and today I'm going to be channeling your ancestors, angels, and guides, like always. And let's just get right into it. Spirit guides of the collective, what do they need to hear at this moment? The back of the deck energy is the Princess of Wands upright. So to me, this tells me that there is a lot of ambition, okay, in your life right now. You might be feeling quite ambitious because maybe you want success over your money at this moment. Your money situation, whatever you have regarding your financial, you want success in it, okay, and that's the driver behind the ambition. That's why there's a fire, because you want the success, you see it and you want it now. That's what I'm hearing. With the Eight of Swords, I'm seeing with the Seven of Pentacles clarifying it underneath. It seems as though that the lack of being able to build something that is stable hindered the way you saw yourself in the past. Okay, these are the two cards. It hindered the way you saw yourself and how capable you thought you were. Okay, maybe there's just a lot of things in the physical that just don't give you that feeling that you're doing well. Okay, either people not supporting you, not congratulating you when you are successful, because when those things are revoked or not given to you, it's because it's not true. Like, they wouldn't be the ones to congratulate you anyways. They wouldn't be the ones to appreciate you in a successful state anyways, right? And so if you've noticed that people just don't give you the credit, it's more so that those aren't the people you want credit from. The people you're reaching, the people you are around, those aren't the people that are going to be able to celebrate you when you're in your most successful chapter. And Spirit, they might have given you wins here and there just so that you could see who is by your side, who is willing to uplift you when you are being uplifted, right? There's a lot of people that would rather be like, don't get big-headed when you succeed. And it's like, you're allowed to feel successful when you succeed at something. You're allowed to feel good about yourself when you actually do something well, when you complete something, even when you start something. It's the people that show you the support in those moments that you can trust, that will keep supporting you. But the ones that, you desire support from and they just don't give it to you, you don't want them in your life anyways. Why? Because they're not going to be happy for you when you actually reach the level of success you see for yourself. Okay? Right now is a time that your spirit guides are showing you. It's like, hey, look at how these people are reacting. It's not appropriate. It doesn't make you feel good, right? Don't keep them around. Do not share your successes with them, because they're not the right people to do that with, right? And with the Strength clarified by the Emperor in reverse, yeah, people are kind of threatened by your position. With the Emperor in reverse, they don't feel like they are in control of their lives. They don't feel like they have a proper seat in their lives, right? Maybe they feel like they're scrambling always, while you don't really do that. And they think it's unfair, but You just go about it in a different way and it brings you success. And it's not that you cheated or whatever they think it is. It's literally you standing in your strength, standing in your courage, being brave, making those initial moves that people are like, you foolish person, why would you do that? You did it anyways without really giving a crap about what they had to say or not, because they couldn't see the vision, right? So who are they to be like, it's not going to go anywhere? It's like, well, you can't see it, so it's not for you. You aren't going to be the one to build it. I am, because I can see it. It's not about what is like your right path or your wrong path. It's opportunities, and if you're willing to be brave to take a shot at it or not. And you have been, Collective. I think, Collective, you are very, very brave. You've taken steps, like big steps that other people would have been like, that's not for me. I'm just a normal person. You're like, you know what? I believe in myself. I think I can go the distance. I think I can go far. And I'm going to be my cheerleader. I'm not going to let myself talk myself out of opportunities that could be really beneficial for me. Right? There's importance in learning discipline discernment versus fear. Ideas that come out of fear will tell you that, what you're doing will threaten everything you're standing for. And even feeling that way, if you've been asking for change, then you have to understand that things must go away in order for new things to come in. There is a revival process through that. And the first step is to have the things that you don't want removed. And so right now, as you're going through this period feeling like you don't have people, you don't have opportunities, you don't have the things that you want, they were removed. Because that's part of the process of change. It's uncomfortable because you're seeing everything that you've worked for kind of just like flutter on or just kind of dissipate. And it's causing you to worry about your future, right? With the Nine of Swords, that's you're afraid that you lacked clarity in your decision. You may be afraid that you are receiving the backlash of all that you've done wrong. Right? With the Queen of Wands, you aren't feeling confident in yourself because you may feel like everything that you once coveted is now going away, and it's making you question your self-worth. It's making you question, was I even worthy of what I had initially? And what Spirit is trying to tell you is that flip it. It's that they didn't deserve you. Those circumstances, that job, those people, they didn't deserve you. You're moving on. And even if your world, your reality looks desolate, understand that the process of change can be very isolating. The process of gaining the Emperor's seat is a lonely process because you must learn that you are inherently worthy. While everything else is challenged around you, it is on you to still stay grounded in yourself and not really allow circumstances or physical things happening around you to determine how you feel about yourself. Okay, so that's where Spirit wants you to kind of rearrange the narrative and see how you don't necessarily need to believe that what was the best, because 9 out of 10 times you were stabbed in the back with the Nine of Swords. It's like 9 out of 10 times you were hurt in the process of whatever. Okay, the people you have around you, you've been hurt by them countless times. And yet you still think that them leaving your life is horrible for you. No, you saw the truth of the people around you, and so you left knowing that you deserved more. So don't forget that as you move forward. Maybe right now, loneliness is just something you're feeling heavily, okay? And I can really relate to this because I actually had to deal with feelings of loneliness like a month ago. I was talking to my therapist, just being like, I actually feel extremely lonely. And it's not like the good kind where I can be in my solitude and I can work on myself. Like, I'm actually craving connection. And I think before I used to see that as something weird because normally when I'm in solitude, I'm fine. I'm literally like, oh yeah, great. I get time to myself. Um, but there was this feeling of loneliness, and so Spirit's asking you not to focus on the people that make you feel lonely, okay? Spirit wants you to focus on the people that bring you joy. Because there are at least two people in your life that does that for you, that celebrates you, and that gives you that feeling of love and reciprocated love, you know? And it's important at this time to really cultivate that connection with the ones that you already know are good for you and are there for you, right? Stop seeking outside of what you already have at this moment, and just really build on the connections that are already in your life. Because maybe right now you're trying to measure your worth by how many people you can bring in or something like that. And, that's not really inherently bad. It's just if you're feeling lonely right now, maybe you're just like, oh, maybe I just need a new friend. Maybe I just need to go into a new community, new group, whatever, right? New. That's the key thing that maybe you guys have been like really focused on. The Spirit saying, and this helped me too, reel it back in, focus on the people that have proven to be there for you. There's one or two. Yes, there is. And if they, and if you can't find people that are actually like super positive about you, I highly recommend you tap in to your connection with your spirit guides, because they will remind you of your essence without really the implications of humanity. It's as if they will remind you of exactly who you are. Beautiful, divine, whole. There's wholeness in you. You don't need to seek out other things and other people even. And it can even get to that level, just really focus on exercises, meditations that bring you back to self, that bring you that sense of wholeness. Okay, that's the thing you need to focus on, because loneliness, it's as if it makes us want to reach out, right? And to gain more because we feel like we need more. And in that moment, see it as a cry for more connection with self, more connection with love, more connection with positive energy, right? And so whichever method can get you to connect with positive energy and that sense of wholeness, that'll be really good for you right now. And I'm just speaking from experience because that's what I started implementing to really get over this hump of loneliness, because it really is a state of mind. It really is how we reframe or how we frame things in our mind. Okay, so when the narrative changes, the way we think about things changes, right? It's not just wishful thinking. It's actually how you speak to yourself, how you're mentally conversating with yourself. Okay, and yeah, that's what Spirit has. Let's pull out some oracle cards to see what else. So you guys got Fire Guardian, Ignite Your Passions. And you guys got Spring, See Your Seeds Grow. So that's the beautiful thing, right? When we start out with the Seven of Pentacles in reverse, Seven of Pentacles upright is all about kind of seeding a new beginning for yourself. Okay, everything's desolate in this image, but see how he's holding 2 pentacles while all the other ones are broken? Those can actually grow into the 10 of pentacles, which is full fulfillment, abundance. Okay, and how this happens is that fire, that ambition that you had, that you have, that's igniting your passions. And when your passion is ignited, you're going to actually be able to tend to the things that you need tending. Because I also, just talking about passions, let's see, when was that? Maybe 6 years ago, I realized that I didn't have any, no, I knew this since I was born. I was like, I don't really have a passion in life. I don't really feel passionate about anything. I don't really feel strongly towards anything. And I tried a lot of things, guys. I was in biology. I just graduated with general because I could not for the life of me even figure out what field of biology I even enjoyed, because I went from medical. I didn't like that. I worked at a hospital to find everything that I say I don't like. I've actually been in the lab. I did internships and I just didn't enjoy it. And I couldn't understand the process of giving yourself to this subject when you don't feel anything towards it. And that was my struggle for a long time. And I just had no passions in life. That's something that I used to be very aware of. Okay. And I knew that I just wasn't a passionate individual, believe it or not. I didn't really care about much. I was pretty apathetic. And it was simply because I had forgotten what my passion is, right? My passion is to teach knowledge to others. It wasn't until I got into my first teaching role as a professor at my college where I taught my first bio class in college. It was pretty cool. Pretty rare. And I think I did that when I was 28 or something. So I was kind of around the same age as all my students. But it wasn't until that experience that I realized I love teaching what I know. Okay, maybe gaining the knowledge itself isn't the most exciting thing, but when I can relay it to someone and it helps them, that gives me so much fuel. That gives me so much passion for life. It gives me a reason, and I didn't find this out until I found it out. I didn't know this until I tried it. And maybe that's something for you guys to really hear too. It's it's okay if you don't know what you really want in life. No one really does. Even if I found my passion, it still doesn't mean that I know what to devote 100% of my energy to. It's no, I'm constantly finding out new things about myself, as I dive deeper into who I am. The journey never really stops. It just keeps going. And so your ambitions change, your passions change over time, and that's normal and it's healthy. And I think it should be more widely accepted, But, other people see it as just a midlife crisis or a crisis moment, and then everything returns to normal. It's those moments are the moments that it's your soul has finally broken free from all of the shackles that you put over it. And it's time for you to actually find something that gives you meaning. Find something that gives you this fire, that gives you that readiness and that actionable energy to do something. And so the Fire Guardian card really represents to me that this fire coming in is going to absolutely just ignite your passions. You're finally going to realize what your passions are in life. Okay, and this is going to take you so far because every step you take forward, every seed that you put in the earth, it's going to grow because it's aligned, because it's right for you, because it's the universe telling you yes, this is where you're going to meet your success. This is where you're going to be able to really not root yourself, but grow with yourself. This is going to help you grow with you and not ever intercept that growth, right? When we find what we're passionate about, even when we're feeling moments of just feeling lack, feeling drained, feeling out of that fire, that initial fire that got us started, it will still keep us going because it's that truth. It's that truth that resonates within us that really pushes us forward constantly. And so maybe right now you aren't necessarily aligned with what you want to be aligned with. And so Spirit's just saying there's fire coming into your life. And it may be through those changes. Maybe through the lack of people supporting you, it causes your mind to finally wake up and be like, oh, well, I'm better off without them anyways. If they're so willing to not support me when I'm just trying to do my best, then they don't deserve to be in my life. And I'm perfectly okay with that. And that's even better. Because if they send negative energy my way, I'll just transmute it into more energy for myself. I'll take it. I'll be a reverse vampire and I'll take it, I'll transmute it, turn it into pure energy and use it for myself. Right? So that's where you are. Okay, I'm saying but that's because I'm channeling into what you could possibly do with the energy that is around you at this moment. Okay? And if you feel bad about being selfish, don't. Everybody's a little selfish. Everyone wants to make it up there. Everyone wants to live a good life, and there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that. It's just the tactics, it's just the methods that people use to get up there is what taints the soul, is what breaks the soul. It doesn't break the soul, but you may feel like it does. You may feel like you have absolutely gone against everything that you kind of exist for when you do acts that compromise your purity. Right? Just to get up, what comes up must come down. Be careful what bridges you burn. Be careful what... This is to the bad people. Be careful of what choices you make. Because you don't know what you're going to meet when you come back down. Right? And some people in the mindset of like, no, I'm going to be the best always, and I can trample over everybody's feelings because I'm not even going to be in this sphere anymore, and none of this will matter. Well, you're leaving an energetic footprint of what you are. And you attract what you are. So if you dealt with narcissists, they're going to meet narcissists that are even more narcissistic than them. And they're going to have to really learn what it's like to deal with someone like them. Right? And they may feel like, oh, this is karma for what I've done. It's like, no, you're just attracting what you are. You're attracting what your energy is putting out. And if people aren't aware of energy work, they might fall into the trap. But I feel like most people are catching on to energy work. And they're able to see through people's masks a lot sooner than really ever before. And so this rise of narcissistic energy, okay, I'm not going to call them narcissists because I don't know them. And I'm not going to diagnose people because I don't have the power to do that. But that narcissistic energy where I will be on top no matter what, everyone else must come down so that I look like the tallest building in this entire block. So I stand out. That kind of energy. They are going to really meet their match. That's what I'm getting. Maybe you guys have dealt with a lot of narcissists and you feel like they've gotten away with a lot of things while you've had to deal with healing from even dealing with them, right? And so I think Spirit's just coming in to say, like, don't you worry, honey. They're gonna have their hands full. They're gonna hands full with issues and pockets empty. Okay? So you don't need to think about them. You don't need to feel like they got away with it, because energetically they're looking like they're ew. and you know, you're looking quite good energetically. And the fact that people are waking up to that means there's another layer that's available to people when it comes to using discernment and stuff. And so they're going to be able to discern that you are a very genuine person that tries to do everything that is in alignment with you and your journey without hurting other people in the process. Well, they're going to have to they're going to rely on their old methods, or they will adjust, because narcissistic people, I think they just tend to they do adjust, and they try to use lingo that is common, or they try to up their morality in whatever is currently popular to come off as a good person, as a well-adjusted person. But because people can see through masks now, people are just gonna get the ick every time. And those people aren't the narcissistic people. They're not going to be able to get away with the things that they used to. And if they do, it's not going to last very long, because, a lot of people just don't want to deal with that kind of energy anymore. It's overplayed. It's everyone has kind of learned, just don't feed into it. If they're narcissistic, then just don't give them the energy and they'll starve. That's what I did with my narcissist. I was just like, I'm not giving you anything. You're done. You're cut off. And yeah, they're done. Done for. So maybe that information will help you guys out. And I think that's where I'm going to end the reading. I don't want to get too deep into other people. I just want you guys to know that, your situation is being seen, you are being heard, and know this time of losing people and being isolated is not to harm you. It is just simply clearing out the space around you so that new things can come in. That's how change occurs, right? And so don't worry too much. Change is very uncomfortable. I understand that very much. And just know that your spirit guides are with you. I'm with you. And there's a lot of other resources out there that are, that can help you with what you're feeling right now. And it's not wrong to reach out to other people when you feel like you're in need. That's natural. That's what community is for, right? Don't delude yourself into being too prideful of being a hyper-independent individual, because remember, hyper-independence is a coping mechanism. It's not actually something that you want to rely on moving forward to build healthy connections, right? For you, really reach out to people, allow them to help you, allow the right people to help you. Okay, there's one or two people. That's what I'm hearing constantly every time we talk about this. So that's where I'm going to leave it. Thank you so much for watching. If the message resonated with you, go ahead and give this video a like and subscribe to my channel if you like the way I read. And I will see you guys next time. Bye.